a little preview, guys, for the race here, NASCAR Cup Series. Let me know your picks.
Let's go racing on the turn number 4.
Let me pause that real quick. Yeah, guys, let's get hyped for this race. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this watch along as we get ready for the NASCAR Cup Series race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Hopefully, Carson Hocevar can get the win today. Hurricane Man. Let me know your picks in the chat, though, guys. Who do you have winning this race? Should be definitely an interesting race. Hopefully you all are having a good day so far. Race, I think, starts at 3:30. But yeah, should definitely be a fun race. Hopefully there's a lot of passing today. Hopefully we get some Cars 3 ride. Definitely going to be some interesting strategies as they go through the race. So far, it looks like there's 33% of votes for Carson Hocevar, and their driver 67%. But yeah, guys, let me know your picks in the chat, guys. Who do you have winning this race? Should definitely be a good race. Know your picks in the chat. I definitely have Carson Hocevar as my pick to win it today. My dark horse, I'm not too sure who my dark horse is. Yeah, definitely excited to see how this race turns out. Hopefully y'all are having a good day. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to the stream. If you're new here, welcome to M.E.Racing. We do race talks every week here on this channel. We do the NASCAR Cup Series as well as the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. So if you're new here, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Yesterday in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, we had Carson Hocevar pick up the win again. Carson Hocevar is on a streak, man. He can just not stop winning. See if he can pick up another win today. Also won in the someone was joking and said that they should put him in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. And I agree, to be honest. I think he would be pretty good in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. If someone gave him a ride, I feel like he would definitely do good in it. But yeah, my pick today is Carson Hocevar for the win. Let me know your picks in the chat, though. Also, let me know how many cautions you think we're going to have today. I estimate that we're going to have at least 5 to 10 cautions. Maybe more, depending on how much chaos we get in this race. It definitely should be interesting to see how this race holds out for us, though. When the race starts, so get up all the leaderboards and stuff. Let you guys listen to the PRN, I think it's on today for the NASCAR app. So I'll play that for you guys and let you guys listen to the race once it starts in the pre-race ceremonies. Carson Hocevar starting on the pole today. We'll see if he can hang on to the start of this race. Definitely going to be a lot of strategies probably in this race. So some drivers will probably take 2 tires, 3 tires maybe. Some drivers might take all 4 tires, depending on what their crew says to them. Different drivers will have definitely different strategies in this race. This track is a 1.5 mile. Race starts at 3:30 here. Welcome to the stream, everyone. If it's another driver, because I know I put another driver as the option in the chat, let me know who the other driver is. Definitely should be some tough competition today, though. Once it starts, though, get all these leaderboards up, get everything set up. Definitely, if you're new here, though, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Like I said before, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Before, they used to have the in-car cameras on the NASCAR app. Kind of sucks that they took those out, because you used to actually be able to watch some of the cars on the track from the in-car camera, but they took that out because it was like a violation to them or whatever. But that would be cool if they brought the in-car cameras back. Someone should definitely mention that to them, that would be cool if they brought back the in-car cameras. When it becomes 3 o'clock here, 2 minutes from now, I think that'll be pre-race ceremonies. So 2 minutes from now will be pre-race ceremony. Hopefully there's no big ones today, but they will probably be at least 1 or 2 big ones today that'll happen at Texas. No guaranteed, but there will probably be a big wreck today. Yesterday, we saw a lot of drivers move up to the top of the track because the track was getting warmer. More drivers moving up to the top of the track. Track was starting to get rubber laid down. Carson Hocevar is on a winning streak today. We'll see if he can pick up the win yet again today. Come on, guys, chat it up. Let's not make this boring chat. Shut it up, guys. Get your name on that leaderboard. We have a top fan leaderboard where you can see your name on fan. Don't mind the dogs in the background. They're crazy dogs. Again though, 3:30, the race starts. So 30 minutes from now, Eastern Standard Time, 3:30. Vote in the chat, guys. Who do you have winning the race? We have Carson Hocevar, Daniel Soares, Chris Buescher, or other driver. If it's another driver, let me know who that other driver is. Definitely some good drivers in this race, though. Yesterday, the high limit sprint cars were racing at Texas. If I remember right, I think Russell picked up the win in that, so that's pretty cool. It's next to the big track at Texas. I actually didn't watch the race. I just watched the heat races because the features kind of ran pretty late yesterday for high limit. I'll be right back because I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Give me 1 second though. Again, everyone, race starts at 3:30, so we have a few minutes from now. Then we'll have pre-race ceremonies. Jumper start your engines and national anthem. I'll be right back though. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's see, any racing news we could talk about before this race starts? Um, so far, 4 races locked in for Stafford. I will be racing the senior hour division this year at Stafford Motor Speedway. Those races will be broadcast on Flow Racing if you want to watch them. Also looking for sponsorship if anyone is interested. We have opportunities for race sponsorship, tire sponsorship, as well as full race sponsorship. Tire sponsorship is $75 per race. Full race sponsorship is $150. So message me or my dad on Facebook if you're interested. I'm not sure when pre-race starts here, but it should be a few minutes from now. For now, though, let me know your picks in the chat. Looks like most of you said Carson Hocevar. Looks like we have a 50-50 between other driver and Carson Hocevar right now. Carson Hocevar is definitely a good pick for today. He will definitely be tough in this race. See how this race plays out, though, in his favor. He is starting on the pole for today's race. Track is a 1.5-mile track. Pretty wide track. Yesterday we saw the track widen out as it got warmer out. There is no PJ1 on the track, so it makes the racing a lot more different than a lot more tracks. A lot less slick. She makes some good racing. Lap number one, we had a really bad wreck though in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. I was watching the highlights yesterday. Lap number one, couple drivers got into each other. I remember I was like, man, it's just the start of the race, and there's already people wrecking. That's crazy though. First lap, and there's already cars into the wall in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Then a few more laps after that, we had another caution. With a lot of cautions in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Definitely was some beating and banging going on. Hopefully today, though, we have some clean racing. Hopefully some good battles are gonna happen today. Definitely let me know your picks in the chat. 8 people here right now. Really appreciate you all being here. Welcome to the stream. In a little bit, we'll have the leaderboards up here. And we'll have the radio on for you guys so you guys can listen to the race. Most of you, it looks like, are saying Carson Hocevar for the rain. That's my pick as well to win this race. He would definitely be tough on this race. Excited to see how this race turns out. If you guys didn't check out the paint scheme preview for this week, go check it out. I posted some videos on the paint schemes for this week. So if you get bored and don't have anything else to do, go check it out. As well as some of my other content. We post a lot of content on this channel, so check it out if you're new here. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Let's get hype in the chat for this race. My money is on Carson Hocevar to win this race today. My dad says, let's go Ryan Preece. Yeah, think I'll pick him as my dark horse today. I'm going for Carson Hocevar to win it. Ryan Preece is definitely a good pick, though. Hopefully, Ryan Preece can have a good race today. Hopefully, finish in at least the top 10. Excuse me. Just try to get the 16 likes on the stream today, guys. Let's get 16 likes for Greg Biffle. That'll be awesome if we can get 16 likes. Ryan Preece should be definitely good in this race. Okay, looks like the radio is on for the NASCAR app, so I'll turn the camera around here in just a moment and get ready for this race, guys. Let's get up in the chat, guys, for this race. If you're new here, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Let's get ready for some pre-race ceremony here at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's go, guys. Let's get hype in the chat. Let me just get this all set up real quick. Give me 1 second here. Then I'll get the leaderboards and stuff up for you guys. Hopefully no issues with the NASCAR app today, hopefully. It just stays on the NASCAR app. I know yesterday it kept saying there was problems with the site, but hopefully they got that all figured out here. Here we go, guys. Pre-race ceremonies. Be 1 second,
and
chat.
the energy over here is it's through the roof. There's fans that are waving to drivers over here. The folks in the condos have an excellent view, and so do I. 20 degrees of banking, a little bit flatter than what you will see in turns 3 and 4. Talking to drivers like William Byron this week, he says you carry so much momentum from turn number 4 all the way into turn number 1. It feels like driving off a ledge with how flat this banking is. There is painted rubber about halfway up the groove of the racetrack, 80 feet in width, but you can only use about half of that. We saw in the O'Reilly race and the truck race, drivers were able to get about 3 wide if you're bold and brave, but it can get a handful and a heartbeat for these guys. I'm looking to see if the groove will widen out today, and I think this is also the place where you can make a move. If you have momentum, that is king. As they make their way off of turn number 2, they'll head down the back straightaway and into the view of Pat Patterson.
Thank you, Andrew, and happy race day, everybody. Yes, we will start talking about the cars, generally speaking, as they Texas two-step right up underneath that big Haas television. My goodness, that thing is huge. And they'll make their way out. They'll hold that car out next to the wall, begin to make their arc into turns 3 and 4. And as Andrew just alluded to, 24 degrees of banking down here. You got a lot more to play with, a lot more to lean on as you get into the corner down here on this end of the racetrack. There are 3 very distinct lanes. At least that's the way it looks when you're sitting here looking at the racetrack. There's lane low, lane middle, and lane high. Lane high is maybe halfway where the rubber, the dark part of the racetrack that you can look at right now, is where these cars have raced the last 2 days here at the track. Now, a brand new tire on this car for the Cup cars. Number 1, I talked about it yesterday. These cars don't like to slide. Well, on my end of the racetrack, they can do a little bit of sliding, but not very much. These cars don't particularly like that. They like them nice and snug, so we expect to see a lot of the action at the very bottom of the racetrack. One thing, though, to note about my end of the racetrack really doesn't have a whole lot to do with anything to do with the banking. It has to do with your ability to get off the banking and get on the pit road. You say, well, how complicated can that be? It actually can be very complicated, and most of these drivers in this field today will tell you this is a treacherous exit off the corner, especially at speed, trying to make up all you can, and speeding penalties, oh, we have handed out a lot of those at Texas over the years. We're going to be your eyes and ears all afternoon long here in 3 and 4 for the Wurth 400.
Appreciate that, Pat. And yeah, we've torn up some vehicles out of turn 4 already this weekend, not only in the Truck Series race, but in the O'Reilly race as well. Looking forward to the call from both Pat Patterson and Andrew Curlin. Now it's time for your Sunoco fuel strategy, from fueling your favorite NASCAR teams to filling up at the pump. Sunoco is trusted to help vehicles perform at their peak. Sunoco performance is what we do. All right, Brad, this is kind of interesting because the fuel window appears to be around 70 to 75 laps. Stage 1 is 80 laps. Stage 2 is 85 laps. However, as we've talked about already in the pre-race show, we average a lot of cautions here at Texas Motor Speedway, 14 in the next-gen era. So, again, you look at that fuel window, it seems like you're going to have to pit under green, but again, we have a hard time staying green here in Texas.
That is very true. And we've heard from drivers already today talking about the potential for an early caution here. If that happens, they'll be able to save enough Sunoco fuel, maybe to go the entire distance of stage number 1. Track position is a very important thing in multiple ways, however, Nick. Obviously, if you can get up front, you might be able to stay up front. But the other part of this as well, let's just say they try a conventional, we're going to split stage 1, maybe pit somewhere around lap 35 or lap 40. If you're running bad, if you're running the risk of going a lap down, if you go a lap down, you might try and stretch that Sunoco fuel mileage as far as you can, because you might just catch a lucky break. And if the leaders come in and pit, you can get your lap back and then potentially wait for a caution. So I think we're going to see some conventional pit stops. We'll see some people getting held out longer just to be able to hope for that caution, and any number of things in between. So it's going to be a lot of fun with just some of the things that we're going to be looking at here in today's Wurth 400 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with...
I'm going to go through the rundown here since they're in a commercial break real quick. So Carson Hocevar, the Hurricane Man, will start on the pole today in this race for Spire Motorsports. His crew chief is Luke Lambert. See how Carson Hocevar can do today. Hopefully pick up the win. This is my pick today. Carson Hocevar for the win. My dark horse is Ryan Preece for today. But yeah, Daniel Suarez starting second, his teammate. Then Chris Buescher will start third. Fourth will be Denny Hamlin. Fifth is going to be Chase Briscoe, Kyle Busch in sixth. Hopefully he can have a good run today for RCR. Christopher Bell is starting seventh. Eighth will be Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman in ninth. Good to see Alex Bowman back up in racing. Ty Gibbs starting in the top 10 today. Kyle Larson will start 11th. Connor Zillowitz in 12th. Then Austin Cindric will start 13th. 14th will be Chase Elliott. Then William Byron 15th. 16th today will be Ross Chastain, Watermelon Man. Corey Heim time, baby. Is starting 17th today. Hopefully Corey Heim can have a good run today. Riley Herbst starting 18th. Michael McDowell starting 19th. Ryan Preece, hopefully he can have a good run today. Hopefully he'll get at least a top 10 today. But Eric Jones starting 21st. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will start 22nd. Then Joey Logano on 23rd. 24th will be Josh Berry. Then Brad Keselowski in that 25th starting position. AJ Allmendinger 26th. 27th will be Cole Custer. Noah Gragson 28th. 29th will be Cody Ware. Shane Van Gisbergen and SVG will start 30th today. Ryan Blaney in 31st. 32nd will be Ty Gilliland. And then John Hunter Nemechek in that 33rd position. Zane Smith 34th. 35th will be Ty Dillon. Then Chad Bencham 36th. Bubba Wallace will start 37th. And then Austin Dillon in 38th to round out the field. That's your 38 car starting field for today here at Texas Motor Speedway. Should be a good race. Now back to PRN here.
Down here. So you're very popular, Cole Custer. Let's talk racing, though, because you got a good paint scheme on there, but it's treacherous. We were just talking. You said early on in the race, people can make mistakes. How do you avoid being in one of those mistakes or the mistake itself?
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, I think we see every single year here, there's a lot of guys that get themselves in trouble in the first, 20 laps of the race. So you got to be smart. We're going to move up the track, but you got to be smart about maybe not being the first one up there and, gradually working your way into it. But we got a really cool-looking car with Andy's Rose and Custard on it. I felt like we had a pretty fast Chevrolet yesterday in practice. I felt like it was one of our better intermediate cars we've had this year. So hopefully work our way up there and be there at the end.
All right, Cole Custer, optimistic for the day. Brent?
All right, Christopher Bell posing for some pictures with some of the sponsors and the fans down here. We'll let this picture be taken. We're going to step in here real quick. All right, Bell, you got 3 top 5 finishes here in Texas. What's going to take to get that victory and pick yourself up a cowboy hat?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good about it. We just got to have the car performance, that we've had the last couple of weeks, and then have a little bit of the fortune that we've been missing. So feel good about it. Texas is normally a really good track for us.
All right, today he starts in the 7th spot.
Thank you very much, Brett. Thank you very much, Alan Cabana. Going to be a pretty big fight here today, Nick Yeoman. I think it's going to be well earned getting that trophy here in the Wurth 400. I like Christopher Bell today. I really do. And he's one of those drivers that does have a potential to make it a 10th different winner in 10 races. And as he alluded to, the stats are pretty good there. Still trying to get to victory lane. Christopher Bell comes into this weekend as well, looking for a nice performance as well, as he is all right now 9th in the point standings. So he's had some good runs. The pace has been there. And I think he's going to be a factor trying to get to victory lane today. I would agree with you. Let's go back down to the pit road grid and Heather DeBow.
And here now with Kyle Larson. Went to victory lane yesterday in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, starting 11th today. What plan do you have in place to put this car in victory lane later this afternoon?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a tough place to pass. I think you got to be methodical and execute well to get to the front. So we have the team capable of doing that. It just got to, do a good job on the restarts, have good pit stops, and I know my car will be well enough to compete too. So good track for us, and hopefully we can find our way to the front.
Kyle Larson rolls off 11th, and methodical is a word of the day, I think, today, guys.
10 wins on 1.5 racetracks for Kyle Larson. He's been really good on these tracks. We talked about it, Brad. He's desperately in need of a win. And since he's been at Hendrick Motorsports, it's been like 1 in 4 races at 1.5 racetracks. Kyle Larson has gone to victory lane. So these tracks suit his style. He's going to be a factor today. So you're saying he's due? He's overdue. I think his fans will be the first one to tell you that, as he is nursing that 34 race winless streak. Yeah, I would agree with you. You mentioned this is Texas Motor Speedway's 30th season. The track opened in 1997. And from day one all the way through this weekend, a good friend of mine, Chuck Berg, has worked here. He's been the electrician. He's been in charge of operations, run through facilities, literally knows every single inch, every single wire, every fiber cable, everything here at Texas Motor Speedway. He's retiring after this race, and just want to give him a big shout out. He's an awesome guy. That's fantastic. And also, Brad, some sad news this weekend. We lost a motorsports legend in Alex Zanardi, who passed away. Of course, a 2-time IndyCar champion and so inspirational. A guy who was involved in a terrible accident, lost his lower legs, went on to become a Paralympic athlete, winning multiple gold medals. A true inspiration, a guy that never lost that joy and zest for life. So I know the entire motorsports community is sending their thoughts and prayers to the Zanardi family, a guy that will inspire a lot of folks for generations to come. Yeah, no question about that. Truly an inspiration with everything that he's been able to do. This is going to be awesome. We're getting set for pre-race ceremonies here at Texas Motor Speedway, and the national anthem you're going to hear will be sung by a man who turns 101 years old today, and really looking forward to getting this race started in a big, big way. We mentioned all the people here. The stands are filling up. We've got a lot of people down on pit road. I look back at the fan zone midway, still a lot of folks out there checking out things, and heck, we're getting ready to get pre-race ceremonies started up, Nick. I mean, you look outside the booth, the campers in the infield, I mean, they are packed in here, Brad, from turn 1 all the way around to turn number 4. We're expecting a massive crowd. A lot of fans down on the grid right now as the drivers are set up to observe for the national anthem as well. So as you pointed out, a big, big crowd here at Texas Motor Speedway. And it's been a fun racing weekend. Of course, a triple header with NASCAR. You've had the High Limit Sprint Car Series, been putting on a show just across the way here from the front straightaway. So it's been a fun weekend, and it all culminates here with the Wurth 400. Yes, it does. And we are about to go trackside here. We see the military up on the stage. We're going to get things started off the right way with the prayer and our national anthem as we get all of these 38 drivers set to do battle here at Texas Motor Speedway. So let's go trackside now to announcer Brian Hammond to get things started in Fort Worth, Texas.
NASCAR Heroes Pass at NASCAR.com/motorsport legend Alex Zanardi. He was a remarkable human being and a fierce competitor who inspired millions. His impact will be reached far beyond the track. Our condolences are with his family and the motorsports community. Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the 1st Cavalry Division Honor Guard from Fort Hood, Texas, presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome country music artist and outfielder for the Texas Tailgaters, Jason Arts.
Lord, we come to you today to give thanks. We thank you for safe travels to the track, and we thank you for the friendships you have fostered. We also thank you for this beautiful sunny day where we get to come together and celebrate in the sport of racing. We ask that you bless the track with speed, you watch over the drivers, crew members, and the fans joining us today. In your heavenly name, we pray. Amen.
Celebrating his 101st birthday today, please welcome veteran and Iwo Jima survivor Don Graves as he performs our national anthem.
Here it is, the greatest anthem written in the world. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Those broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That'll put the wraps on our pre-race coverage on a beautiful day here in Fort Worth. Coming up, the Wurth 400.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Hey, Joey Logano here. My pit stop's outside of the track, fueling up with a hunk of pizza from Hunt Brothers Pizza, the fastest on-the-go option for the champion and everyone. To find a location, visit huntbrotherspizza.com.
From Texas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
It's time for a PRN pit stop. Today, we're getting to know pit and turn announcer Andrew Kurland.
Let's drag him up.
Andrew, when was your first NASCAR race?
Chicagoland back in 2010. I went with my dad, and I'll never forget, we left halfway early. I'm like, Dad, what are we doing? He was trying to beat the traffic because he was going back the next day. That's when I knew I was going to be a lifelong race fan.
I gotta ask, do you have any nicknames?
I brought Pickles to Coda. You know, they can be very hydrating. They cool you down on a hot summer day. And, yep, I've been Pickles Kurland ever since on the broadcast, especially. Thanks, Brad Gilly.
What's your biggest accomplishment outside of racing?
I've finished 4 Ironman 70.3s. That's a 1.2-mile swim, 56-mile bike, and a half marathon run. It's among one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life.
This has been a PRN pit stop featuring Andrew Kurland.
NASCAR is at America's Home for Racing May 22nd through the 24th for the Coca-Cola 600. Tickets at charlottemotorspeedway.com.
Today, with a running of the Wurth 400, we celebrate the 30th season of racing at Texas Motor Speedway, a track that has produced a lot of great memories along the way. Jimmy Johnson has the most wins here with 7 victories, and Kyle Busch, who has seen the checkers 4 times here, has many a tale to tell about Texas.
I remember the first couple of years there, you know, the paving and the issues of everything and the crashes and the stuff that they got there, the front stretch being too narrow and the big pile up into turn 1. And I remember the year, I think it was 2000, where Gordon just could not have anything go right. He blew a right front tire off turn 4 and whacked himself pretty good. I remember Earnhardt Jr. winning his first race there.
At the tender age of 25, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will lay claim to his first NASCAR Winston Cup victory at the Texas Motor Speedway.
And then all the memories of me dominating the Xfinity Series races there, winning some truck races, some cup races. So it's been a lot of memories there from Texas.
5 years ago, Kyle Larson made his own Texas memories.
I think what stands out to me, it would be the All-Star race that we had won in 2021. Remember, we had a late restart, and it kind of all worked out exactly how I needed to. Chase kind of had it in control, and we stole it from him late, which was cool.
Larson got an O'Reilly Auto Parts Series victory here just yesterday and hopes to add another win today. Chase Elliott also hopes to build his resume on the Cup side today. He scored an early win here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. It's pretty special.
And that was a huge moment in my career, kind of coming into the first full-time season, and it was pretty early on in the year. I had a great weekend, top to bottom, so that was really cool.
The future looks bright for this jewel of the Lone Star State. Ask the driver with 5 Cup victories already this season. Tyler Reddick says the racing here just gets better and better.
Any racetrack, intermediate or even short track, with time, it's always just going to get better. And that's definitely the case with Texas. As it's wore out and the track has lost some of that speed, we've been able to, again, as there's more fall off throughout the run, the tires are able to be softer, and it kind of snowballs into better racing.
We're ready to crank up the 30th season at Texas Motor Speedway with the running of the Wurth 400. And every lap is here on PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
A lot of excitement happening here in Fort Worth. Fort Worth has several nicknames, Nick Yeoman. It is Cowtown. It is known as the Panther City, and yes, because there are Panthers roaming around. It is also where the West begins, and it is the site of Texas Motor Speedway. Definitely a crown jewel track on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule that of 30 seasons, we've seen many great races, made many great memories from NASCAR to IndyCar and more.
And as the drivers that we just heard from talked about, this place has developed into a very unique racetrack with a lot of different character at both ends, a lot of challenges, a lot of cautions, a lot of speed, Brad, as we are set to go here in the Wurth 400.
Coming up in October 24th at Texas Motor Speedway, a huge concert festival called Sick New World. We've got one of those performers ready to give the command trackside here in Fort Worth, Texas. And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome vocalist and bassist for the thrash metal band Slayer, who will be headlining Sick New World on October 24th, right here at Texas Motor Speedway, Tom Araya. Drivers, start your engine!
Woo! Let's go, guys. Let's get happy to chat.
Now, the starting lineup presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Rolling off 38th, he did not qualify yesterday due to an engine change. Austin Dillon, the Bass Pro Shops Winchester AA White Flyer Chevrolet. Bubba Wallace also in a backup car after crashing in practice. He'll start 37th in the Chumba Casino Toyota. Chad Fincham qualified 36th, the Cooper and Hunter Ford. Ty Dillon 35th, the Grizzly Nicotine Pouches Chevrolet. Zane Smith starts 34th in the Speedy Cash Ford. John Hunter Nemechek 33rd, the Dollar Tree Toyota. 32nd will be Todd Gilliland in the Love's Travel Stops Ford. Ryan Blaney starts 31st, the Menards Knopf Ford.
Starting 30th, it's Shane Van Gisbergen in the Super File Chevrolet alongside Cody Ware in the Parts Plus Costa Oil Chevrolet. Noah Gregson starts 28th in the Rush Truck Centers Ford alongside Cole Custers in the Haas Andy's Frozen Custard Chevrolet. AJ Allmendinger starts 26th in the Celsius Chevrolet alongside the Bodyguard by Fastenal Ford of Brad Keselowski. Josh Berry starts 24th in the Wurth Ford alongside Joey Logano in the Discount Tire Ford. It's the Onan Staffing Chevrolet of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 22nd, and to his inside in 21st, it's Eric Jones in the Advent Health Toyota.
Starting 20th will be Ryan Priest, the Kroger Ballpark Buns Ford. Michael McDowell starts 19th in the Moto Casino Chevrolet. 18th will be Riley Herbst in the FRA Nicotine Pouches Toyota. The Robin Hood Toyota of Corey Heim starts 17th. 16th, Ross Chastain, the Kubota Chevrolet. William Byron starts 15th in the Valvoline Heavy Duty Chevrolet. 14th will be Chase Elliott, the Amazon Prime Chevrolet.
Austin Cindric rolls off 13th in the Freightliner Ford. Connor Zillage will roll off 12th in the Choice Privileges Chevrolet. Kyle Larson starts 11th, the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet.
Starting 10th, it's Bristol winner Ty Gibbs in the Interstate Batteries Toyota, alongside Alex Bowman in the Ally Chevrolet in 9th. Points leader Tyler Reddick starts 8th today in the Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota, alongside Christopher Bell in 7th in the Rheem Toyota. Kyle Busch starts on the outside of row number 3 and 6 in the Zone Watermelon Circle K Chevrolet, with Chase Briscoe 5th in the Bass Pro Shops Toyota. Denny Hamlin starts 4th in the Progressive Insurance Toyota. Chris Buescher is 3rd in the Fifth Third Ford. And now for the front row, a pair of teammates. On the outside for Mexico, Daniel Suarez in the Freeway Insurance Chevrolet. And on the pole, the Talladega winner, Carson Hocevar in the Spectrum Chevrolet. His pole-winning lap at 191.340 miles per hour.
And that's your starting lineup for the Wurth 400 presented by LIQUI MOLY.
The starting lineup brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza. At Hunt Brothers Pizza, we love racing and we love pizza. Visit huntbrotherspizza.com or download the app to find your next pizza.
When it comes to maintaining your engine to run at peak performance, trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Z-Max soaks into metal and is so easy to add to your oil or gas to disperse carbon buildup in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. Protect your vehicle's engine to the max with Z-Max. Check us out at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and X to find out more about our full line of products. Remember the name Z-Max for your car, big rig, small engines, firearms, and more. That's Z-Max Micro Lubricant.
Here's Chase Elliott on the importance of sponsors like Napa.
It is fit for our 13th year together. They've been a great partner. I think as time goes on, those relationships get better. If you're lucky enough to have a partner for that length of time, they get to know you, you get to know them. We figure out what works for each other, and we can really start pulling the rope in the same direction. And I think that that's where our relationship has really thrived the most.
NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
A 38-car field lined up behind the pace cars. We are getting set for the green flag of the Wurth 400 from Texas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Are you looking to make NASCAR a little bit more compelling, or are you tired of watching your bankroll dry up after missing another parlay bet on your favorite Cup Series driver? Well, I've got just what the doctor ordered, a steady dose of Racer's Odds. Hi, I'm David Stiles, and along with Andrew Kurland, we try to bring you the best insider information and our sharp bets as we help you grow your bankroll by betting on NASCAR's top 3 series. Find us wherever you listen to major podcasts and on the Performance Racing Network YouTube page.
We work hard to keep our cars looking great on the outside, but engine components need our attention too. That's where you can trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant to disperse carbon buildup in your engine and fuel system. Keep your car or truck running at its peak. By soaking into the metal of your engine, Z-Max Micro Lubricant improves performance, extends engine life, and reduces emissions. Trust the many customers who said, "Thanks for saving my engine." Find out more at zmax.com or follow us on Facebook and X.
NASCAR heads to the Music City for the Cracker Barrel 400 triple header weekend, May 29th through the 31st.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway for the Wurth 400 alongside Nick Yeoman. My name is Brad Gilley. The field is about to go down pit road to check the pit road speed limit lights on their digital dash. It gives us a great opportunity to check in with our Napa Auto Parts pit reporters as well with our Progressive Pit Road Pick, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. At the exit of pit road, Brett McMillan, who do you think will make it to victory lane?
I like the guy who won at Las Vegas, was within a turn of winning at Kansas. He makes room for a 4th cowboy hat. It's Denny Hamlin.
All right, Heather DeBoe covering the center section.
Well, I believe momentum is a real thing, and Carson Hocevar has that on his side, so he's going to put it in victory lane 2 weeks in a row.
And Alan Cabana's got the entrance of pit road.
I'm going with the driver who's won just about everything this year, getting his winning percentage back up to 500. Tyler Reddick wins another one today.
All right, Denny Hamlin, Carson Hocevar, and Tyler Reddick, the picks from our pit reporters. We have 2 phenomenal turn announcers going to help us describe some of the action. The field is exiting pit lane, and they're in front of you you in turn 2, Andrew Curlin.
Yes, they are. And, they say everything's bigger in Texas, and that's true here at Texas Motor Speedway. The runs are bigger. And as Daniel Suarez told me, the blocks are going to be bigger today. That's what I'm looking out for. This is the opportunity to block. It's the opportunity to gain ground. And if yesterday and Friday were any preview, this is also the opportunity to crash. So that's what I'm looking at over here in turns 1 and 2. Pat Patterson, what about yourself?
Yeah, happy race day to everybody. And yeah, my biggest curiosity here is the tire. This tire, supposedly, when it gets warm, it will start laying some rubber down. I'm hoping that's true. I want to see this groove widen out down here in 3 and 4. That's going to be one of the big question marks this afternoon that I'll watch down here on this end of the racetrack. It's a fun place to race, and it's a great racing afternoon. And we got a great crowd, guys.
Thank you very much, Pat Patterson. Thank you very much, Pickles Curlin. The field is under tow behind a Corvette pace car. And Nick, just to paint the picture here, the challenge for us up in the booth are a lot of similarly painted cars up front.
Yeah, in fact, the front 4 are all different shades of blue and white. And boy, when I was watching them go down the back straightaway, it is hard to tell drivers like Carson Hocevar, his teammate Daniel Suarez, and Denny Hamlin's cars alike. Certainly Chris Buescher up there as well. But it is a beautiful field of cars, 19 rows of 2, about to get after it here at Texas Motor Speedway. A lot of race fans stretched all the way from turn 4 all the way to turn number 1. This is a massive facility here at Texas Motor Speedway, and a picture-perfect day, Brad. A couple white fluffy clouds up in the sky, temperatures in the 70s. We are in store for a phenomenal race day.
You know, we talked a lot about the front of the field. Carson Hocevar and Daniel Suarez on the front row, 2 teammates at Spire Motorsports. We should also mention the back of the field. Yesterday, Austin Dillon went out for a lap in practice and felt like his engine just wasn't running right. He brought it in. They ended up doing an engine swap. He did not qualify. Bubba Wallace right up there in turn number 2. Well, in practice, he backed his car into the wall, kind of like Andrew Curlin backs into a parking spot, and they had to go to a backup. They worked for 6 hours yesterday to get the backup car prepared. They actually swapped engines from the primary car, and Alan Cabana and I were talking to Charles Denike, his crew chief. A lot of the reason why they swapped, they can have one in the backup car this year, but when you start talking about engine seal credits, meaning they have to run engines a certain amount of times, and for a certain amount of races, they have to run an engine for a second time, that helps them keep up with that inventory and what they were planning on doing throughout the year. So Bubba Wallace, while he did get track time, 5th fastest in practice yesterday. Well, he's not in the same race car today, and he'll start at the back.
Yeah, those are 2 organizations that you just brought up that are at opposite ends of the spectrum. Of course, 2311 has had a phenomenal year, mostly with Tyler Reddick going to victory lane 5 different times. And then, boy, a lot of headlines from Richard Childress Racing over the course of this past week, as he touched on. Austin Dillon did not get a chance to qualify. And then the first opportunity for Kyle Busch to work with Andy Street here in the Cup Series as he replaced Jim Pullman after just 10 races as the crew chief on that RCR number 8 car. Off to a good start. Kyle Busch got a good qualifying effort starting in the 6th position, but that Richard Childress Racing team tried to jumpstart their season after, Brad, what's been quite a few disappointing runs to start the year.
Yeah, for sure. The start-finish line here at Texas Motor Speedway has the familiar checkered flag and the word Texas across it. That's on the turn 1 side of the start-finish line. On the other side of it, it's got a nice big Texas flag, and looking down on it, a lot of race fans were able to sign the start-finish line. That's one of the things that is a fan favorite on a race weekend, and it's just really cool to look down and see all the different writings and who people think will make it to victory lane today.
Also, a lot of rubber that's been laid down by victory donuts and burnouts by both Kyle Larson in the O'Reilly race yesterday and Carson Hocevar in the Truck Series race Friday night. Somebody is going to add to that on the front straightaway here today at Texas Motor Speedway. And Pat Patterson, it appears the lights are off on the pace car as this field of 38 slowly rolls into turn number 3.
Let's set up these first 5 rows, if you will. Starting in row number 5, it'll be Ty Gibbs alongside Alex Bowman. Row 4, Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell. Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe in row number 3. Row 2, Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher, and on the front row, their teammates Daniel Suarez and Carson Hocevar. A beautiful Chevrolet Corvette pace car brings them right underneath my feet at the moment. Speaking of feet, everybody in the grandstand is on theirs right now. They're ready to see the start of today's Wurth 400.
Carson Hocevar takes the inside lane. His teammate Daniel Suarez will start to his outside. Green flag comes out at Texas Motor Speedway. The Wurth 400 is underway. Teammates Jordanor, Hocevar on the inside of Suarez as they head to one.
The wild horses are loose at Texas. Hocevar is down low. His teammate Suarez up high. Both are in lockstep formation with each other. Suarez, though, will power around the outside, but they're still side by side for the lead.
It is a teammate drag race for the first lap, the first corner into corner number 3 here. Everybody spreads out now, and Hocevar leads them back.
Hocevar got the good run off of turn number 4. He takes the race lead. Driver on the move is Chase Briscoe. He got around Chris Buescher for 3rd or for 4th. Now he's looking for 3rd under Denny Hamlin.
Hocevar was shot out of a cannon, but that battle for 3rd is on. It's Briscoe down low, Denny Hamlin up high. They're still side by side down the back straightaway.
With Kyle Busch looking on at those two locked together, you just talked about Briscoe down at the bottom, Hamlin up the upside. Briscoe now takes that spot away. Hamlin will fall right in line.
Chase Briscoe's car just shot out of a cannon in turn number 4, and now he is going to try and track down Daniel Suarez as they head back to 1.
And don't look now, but right behind Denny Hamlin is the 8 of Kyle Busch. He is chasing the driver of the number 11, but Carson Hocevar now out to the biggest lead he's had so far today.
Yeah, Buescher right behind that number 8. He's following in line with Christopher Bell, who's there, then Tyler Reddick. Everybody single file right now down at that white line bottom of the racetrack.
Almost everybody painting that white line. The one exception is the points leader, Tyler Reddick. He is rim riding in that second groove. Opened up the door for Ty Gibbs to take a peek to the inside. Andrew, that's the battle for the 8th position.
Tyler Reddick, the first full driver to go as high up as I've seen him in turns 1 and 2. He's working on a Toyota teammate in Ty Gibbs, and Reddick gets a good run off the corner.
Ty Gibbs with one of the all-time great Texas sponsorships, Interstate Battery, on his car as he goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Reddick is up high. Gibbs still challenging on the bottom.
Tyler Reddick once again on the high line. Further up front, though, Chase Briscoe's had the fastest car on the racetrack. He's still trying to chase down Suarez for 2nd.
He's hunting down the first of 2 Spire cars to get Chase Briscoe to the lead. Call it about 4 car lengths between Briscoe and 2nd place Suarez, but further back, Ty Gibbs gets a spot over Reddick.
Yeah, good call, Andrew. Just pick that up. All right, behind them is Alex Bowman. Meanwhile, Hocevar stretches things out up front. It'll be Buescher getting a good look at the 20 car coming up on him. It's Christopher Bell.
0 problems, though, for your race leader, Carson Hocevar. Andrew, that lead is a healthy 7 or 8 car lengths.
It certainly is. I'm watching Ty Gibbs further back. He has cleared Tyler Reddick, and now he's set his sights on teammate Christopher Bell. Ty Gibbs, Pat, is on the move.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs in that bright green Interstate Battery colors. Everybody knows that one. He's about 5 car lengths behind Bell. Reddick up high behind him. Bowman closing on Reddick.
Last time by, Carson Hocevar still the fastest car on the racetrack. He is your leader after 6 laps are complete. Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch chasing to 1.
It's about 15 car lengths for Carson Hocevar over his teammate Daniel Suarez. The battle I'm still looking at is Ty Gibbs trying to track down Christopher Bell, and then behind them a pair of Hendrick teammates are side by side in Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson.
Elliott to the inside of Larson. Larson let it ride out near the wall. Now he'll fall in behind the number 9. They work midway through 3 and 4.
Tara Hendricks Chevrolet's roaring off of turn number 4. They're right behind the rookie Connor Zillich, who had a really nice qualifying run yesterday. They all streaked down into turn number 1.
They certainly do, and looking further ahead, the battle for 2nd is going to heat up, but Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin have caught Daniel Suarez.
Yeah, Hamlin seems to be catching Briscoe faster than Briscoe's moving up on that 2nd spot right now. Here goes Hamlin midway through the corner in his car.
Talking about those Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas, all 4 of them, by the way, are in the top 8. 2 of them in Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin trying to run down Suarez for 2nd.
Chase Briscoe's closed it down to about 2 car lengths on Daniel Suarez. He's running the middle group. Suarez is on the bottom, and Denny Hamlin is also trying to get in on this action. It's a 3-car battle for 2nd.
Yeah, the battle of the blue cars, except for Briscoe. He's the only one that's not that color. He goes in that 3rd spot. Hamlin midway up the racetrack in 3 and 4.
That Dayglow orange certainly pops out of turn number 4 for Chase Briscoe. He has caught Daniel Suarez. now has to pick his way around. He's within a car length, and they set up for turn one.
Daniel Suarez told me before the race how important blocking is going to be. He's trying to take the air off of Chase Briscoe right now. He runs the load room, and this will really slow Briscoe. That allows Denny Hamlin to get up to Briscoe's bumper.
Briscoe looks like he's ready to make a move. He's going to show the nose to Suarez. Can't quite get underneath him. Suarez drifts up the racetrack. That opens the door. Here comes Briscoe.
Wow, Chase Briscoe drives to the inside of Daniel Suarez. He'll clear him before the start-finish line, and now the chase is on. The lead for Carson Hocevar, 1.9 seconds.
That's really going to hurt Daniel Suarez's momentum. He's got a mirror full of Denny Hamlin right now. He's going to run the middle group of the racetrack. Hamlin on the outside of Suarez, and they're side by side. No, Hamlin gets the position now.
Yes, he does. Takes that spot right away. Move him up into that third position. Move Suarez back to fourth, and Kyle Busch keeping pace with those front runners.
That was a power move around the outside by Denny Hamlin as he moves into third, and Daniel Suarez simply can't keep track of Hamlin as they streak away. Kyle Busch starting to close in one.
It was an impressive move by Denny Hamlin, and it's not easy to pass on the outside here in turns 1 and 2. But looking back, you mentioned Kyle Busch. He's got a rear view mirror full of Chris Buescher down the backstretch.
Buescher, Texas's own now, challenging, trying to get up there and do it with a battle with Busch as they get down to the very bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch can't quite hold his car down. It's going to once again give Buescher a little more closing room.
This time by 12 laps are complete here in the Wurth 400. Stage number 1 is going to end on lap 80. Nick, I think the one thing that's impressing me the most right now, in just 12 laps, we're seeing a lot of drivers make the second group work and make a lot of passes on the track.
Oh, and by the way, we haven't forgot about our race leader, Carson Hocevar. Has just been that fast. This time across the line, he has opened it up to 1.5 seconds. But we are seeing drivers test that outside line. Daniel Suarez was just forced up there because Kyle Busch made a nice pass down the back straightaway. As they come off of turn number 4, watching a couple cars behind them go side by side. That is Christopher Bell and Ty Gibbs. Andrew, take your pick. A lot of good action just inside the top 10.
Man, how quickly things can change. Suarez was just running second. Now he's trying to just hang on. He has Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell all breathing down his neck.
Fastest car of that group, in my opinion, is Ty Gibbs, and he is showing it. Bottom of the racetrack, paints the white line, got in a little bit too hard into the corner 3, had to back out of it.
Ty Gibbs drove to the back bumper of Chris Buescher, had to back off. That allows Christopher Bell not only to go around the outside of Gibbs, now he's door to door on the inside of Buescher.
You have to be really careful about where you make your passes. Bell is on the inside of Chris Buescher, but Daniel Suarez is a slow car in front of them. Chris Buescher will use him as a pick as he is all over Daniel Suarez now.
That ain't going to last long. Suarez went up and blocked Buescher. That kept Bell and Gibbs both in the game. Suarez now trying to hold it at the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Buescher off the top.
Again, this is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Daniel Suarez trying to hold off Chris Buescher. Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, they've got the best view of it in turn 1.
Buescher is just attacking Daniel Suarez, and now Suarez will finally relent that position to him. Suarez now has to focus on Christopher Bell and Ty Gibbs both behind him.
Back up front, that battle for second is heating up. Denny Hamlin is about to the back of his teammate's car off of 4.
And by the way, both of them are catching Carson Hocevar. Hocevar's lead, 1 second now as we have 16 laps complete in the Wurth 400.
I'm in my late 60s. My husband died a few years ago. He did all of our taxes. I sold a piece of property last year, and I forgot to claim the proceeds of the sale. Next thing I know, I got a letter from the IRS telling
Andrew Curlin.
Yes, they're in front of me. Carson Hocevar is trying to play defense over both Briscoe and Denny Hamlin.
Not going to be able to do anything now. Watching Briscoe go right to the bumper of the leader. Had to back out of it just a little bit into turn number 3. Now he drives it up hard off the corner. Shows the nose once again to Butcher, but Hamlin's the guy on the move.
Briscoe drove it in too deep into turn 4. Almost got to the back of Suarez. Had to check up. That opened the door for Denny Hamlin, who shoots the second.
Now it's Denny Hamlin's turn to try to go for the lead. It's Hocevar down low. Hamlin running the middle groove, trying to find some speed. He's going to be at Hocevar's bumper on the backstretch.
Hocevar throws the block, not going to help. Side by side, here comes a shot at the new leader. In fact, let's just say it, Denny Hamlin to the lead here in turn 3 and 4.
First lead change of the day, and it happens on lap number 20 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Denny Hamlin puts the Progressive Toyota out front, and we owe our local stations a break. From Fort Worth, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
I'm Andrew Kurland, along with David Stiles, here to give you the latest NASCAR news and...
Give me 1 second, guys. I just had to text my dad something real quick. Give me 1 minute. All right, we're good.
All across the country, our volunteer teams bring tools and compassion to homeowners who have lost not only possessions, but more importantly, hope. You can help. Join with Samaritan's Purse. Log on to SamaritansPurse.org.
NASCAR is back at America's Home for Racing, May 22nd through 24th for the Coca-Cola 600 weekend.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway alongside Nick Yeoman. My name is Brad Gilly. Calling the action in the turns, we have Andrew Kurland and Pat Patterson. Our Napa Auto Parts pit reporters, Alan Cabana, Heather DeBoe, and Brett McMillan. Let's give you a leaderboard update brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
Brad, your brand new race leader is Denny Hamlin. He's opened up a 1.1 second advantage over the new second place driver. That is Chase Briscoe. Carson Hocevar has been relegated back to third. Kyle Busch and Chris Buescher have been putting on a really good battle. They run in 4th and 5th. Christopher Bell is in the mix. He is 6th. Ty Gibbs looks fast. He is 7th. Tyler Reddick runs in 8th. 9th right now is Alex Bowman, and 10th is Chase Elliott.
11th is Daniel Suarez after starting on the outside pole. Kyle Larson is 12th. William Byron 13th. 14th is Austin Cindric. Connor Zillich runs 15th. Ryan Preece 16th. Ross Chastain 17th. 18th is Eric Jones. Josh Berry is 19th. And Ryan Blaney up 11 spots. He is now 20th.
Blaney has been on the move. Riley Herbst now is 21st. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. runs in 22nd. 23rd is the defending winner of this race, Joey Logano. Corey Heim runs in 24th. 25th is Michael McDowell. Noah Gragson runs in 26th. 27th is Bubba Wallace. He started at the rear of the field. 28th is A.J. Allmendinger. 29th is Shane Van Gisbergen. And Todd Gilliland is 30th.
Running 31st right now is Brad Keselowski. John Hunter Nemechek 32nd. Zane Smith 33rd. Cole Custer 34th. Ty Dillon's 35th. Austin Dillon with an engine change and no practice is 36th. 37th is Cody Ware. Chad Fincham, the only car one lap down, he runs in 38th.
Brad, we talked about some of the drivers on the move. Ryan Blaney, nobody's passed more cars than him right now plus 12. Bubba Wallace is also charged plus 10. A couple Hendrick cars have picked up some spots. Chase Elliott has improved 4 spots, as has William Byron. Let's hear from our Napa Auto Part pit reporter, Alan Cabana.
Well, checking in on that Ryan Blaney machine. He told us in pre-race, look, it was the driver's fault that we started 31st, not the car. And the car is showing all the speed that he believed that he has. It's actually interesting with Ryan Blaney for all that speed. His last 5.5 mile races, he's finished at best 16th, but he is going in the right direction right now. They like the handling of the car, especially if they can explore both grooves right now that's coming in, that upper groove. He's using that to make some passes out there. Ryan Blaney on the move in a positive direction from that 31st spot.
Thank you very much, Alan Cabana. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network. Back here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Wurth 400, we have completed 28 laps, 52 to go in stage number 1. Let's go back down to pit road and Napa Auto Parts pit reporter Brett McMillan.
Look, Carson Hocevar, the early leader here, Brad. Right now they're saying that he is losing grip in all 4 corners. That's why he's let the lead get away.
Thank you very much, Brett. And Hocevar is down to 3rd. Nick, you and I were talking during a commercial break. I almost feel like pretty soon the top 5 could be 4 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas and Kyle Busch. And that's because Kyle Busch is that good today, and as well as the Joe Gibbs Toyotas.
I don't think it would surprise any of us right now. The JGR cars have an incredible amount of pace. Denny Hamlin has opened up a 1.3-second lead over Chase Briscoe. It's what's most important and impressive is the advantage Briscoe has opened up over Hocevar. That's nearly a 1.5 seconds. Then you've got this log jam of Carson Hocevar, about 4 or 5 car lengths over Kyle Busch, back to Chris Buescher, and then 2 more JGR Toyotas. Christopher Bell's looking hungry, and then you've got the Bristol winner, Ty Gibbs, who is in the mix as well. But right now, Brad, watching those Joe Gibbs Toyotas, and you pointed out, you like the way they look down in turns 1 and 2, which is the more technical portion of this racetrack.
Yeah, no question about that. Chris Buescher is actually a driver on the move. He started 3rd in this race, has been dropped to 5th. He has been hounding the back bumper of Kyle Busch, while Christopher Bell hounds the back bumper of Chris Buescher as they head back to Andrew.
3rd through 7th is really interesting. It ebbs and flows, but right now Buescher is looking to the inside of Kyle Busch. He has been working on Busch for a handful of laps now.
Yeah, Buescher's car gets into 3 really well. Unfortunately, he's been blocked every time by Kyle Busch down the bottom of the racetrack. But give credit where credit's due. That 8 car looks pretty good this afternoon.
Kyle Busch paints the white line through turns 3 and 4, takes the short way around the racetrack. Buescher moved up about a half a groove as he's looking to the outside, right on the back bumper of Kyle Busch into 1.
Carson Hocevar has about 5 car lengths over Busch. Then it's Chris Buescher on his inside. And then it's 2 car lengths back to Bell, and then 3 car lengths back to Ty Gibbs, 3rd through 7th, all under a blanket.
Once again, here's Buescher trying to work on Kyle Busch right in front of him. Kyle Busch right in the middle of the racetrack, all 4.
We're about 5 laps away. Actually, we're not 5 laps away from the pit window opening because Christopher Bell is actually going to be the first taker. Adam Stevens calls that Toyota Camry down to pit road as we go to Heather DeBow.
And Christopher Bell, pretty quiet on the radio right now. Not too many complaints on that JGR Toyota, but they're going to bring him in to change 4 tires and Sunoco fuel and a tear-off for Christopher Bell.
Thank you very much, Heather. We were thinking the pit window was going to open sometime around lap 35 or so, but now it is open on lap 33. Here comes Chase Briscoe. He woes up that Bass Pro Shops Toyota, and we will go to Alan Cabana.
Another JGR Toyota coming into pit. Briscoe liking his speed early, just lost a few positions. Kind of the momentum game you have to play. He lost that momentum game early, just dropped a position or 2, but loves the speed around to the left side. 4 tires for Chase Briscoe as Kyle Larson is in as well. 1 lap later on the right side, over to the left side for Kyle Larson, who's a little tight, Heather.
Chase Elliott also in, just minor handling issues on the 9 for him, just an air pressure adjustment, and he's away.
Had a near miss on pit lane as Alex Bowman was leaving his pit stall. Riley Herbst was trying to make it into his. As Brad, we're seeing a flurry of action. Brett McMillan, a few more cars headed your way.
Yeah, Connor Zilic is already in. He's finishing up a 4-tire change for him. We're expecting Daniel Suarez here in a minute. Let's go back to Heather DeBow.
And Kyle Busch in. He's happy with the car so far. The team doing 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. Also in William Byron. He said he started off tight, but he's fine now. Brett McMillan.
And we got Chris Buescher in, finishing up a 4-tire change for him with tires on the left side. He's pulling away. Daniel Suarez coming in. He comes to a stop at his pit stall. That car has been just dropping like a rock. They're going to get him a chassis adjustment on the right side. Finishing up a 4-tire change, Heather DeBow.
Also in is Denny Hamlin saying he's a little on the free side in clean air as the leader there, so they're going to tighten up just a touch. Also in was Ryan Preece. He's pretty happy with that 60 machine. Alan Cabana.
Ryan Blaney took a few more laps than others to get in. He's on and off pit road. He was fighting a little tight, but making his way through the field. Heather.
Joey Logano also in saying too tight to fire up, but now he's on the free side. He's a little loose in and loose off for the 22 of Joey Logano.
Wow, I mean, just a flurry of pit stops here over the last 3 or 4 laps. Looks like our points leader, Tyler Reddick, has come on to pit lane as well. Brett McMillan, he is headed to you in that Rockstar machine.
And he heads down pit road, and he gets ready to pull into his pit stop. Crew is at the ready, and he comes to a stop. This crew has been on a roll all year long. Can't talk to Billy Scott this morning. They've overcome a lot of 2 of those wins this year. Not so today, at least so far. A great stop for them. An 8.8-second stop for Tyler Reddick on a 4-tire change.
Only front runner who's not come in yet is Carson Hocevar as he resumes the race lead. A wild round of pit stops that actually started just a little bit early here in the running of the Wurth 400, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, this has been wild, and it all happens within a 4 or 5 lap span where everybody's jumping out of the throttle and coming to pit lane. We see a few more cars, including Ty Gibbs in that Interstate Batteries Toyota. He has been very, very strong today, running inside the top 10. It's shown some immense pace. He's going to bring that car, Brad, slowly down pit road for service, tires, and fuel.
Yeah, and looks like Ty Gibbs is going to be pitting in front of Brett McMillan. But first, let's go to you, Brett.
All right, yeah, Nick, he's been very happy with this car. No changes expected for this team at this point in time. Coming around to the left side, good quick stop, filling up a Sunoco fuel, left side tires on. Wow, outstanding stop for them. 8.9 seconds on the stop.
All right, thank you very much, Brett McMillan. So we've had our cycle of pit stops. We'll wait on Carson Hocevar to come in. But right now, we actually have a very special guest joining us up here in the booth. Nick Yeoman, I know you're a big basketball fan, and, well, we're all fans of the Dallas Mavericks as well. NBA Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg, welcome.
Thank you. So, Cooper, you got a chance to drive the pace car here at Texas Motor Speedway. What was that experience like?
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting. It was cool, just to be down there and get that experience. Never been to a NASCAR race or anything like that. So just to have that experience, it was really cool and just an all-around great experience.
What's it been like for you with the Mavericks and after your first season and really just soaking up things that happen here in the Fort Worth, Dallas area?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, the season was a long season. We had a good season. Obviously, didn't go the way we wanted to. But, yeah, I think just getting my first off-season, get some time to relax, recover, and, kind of enjoy some new experiences.
Brett McMillan got a pit stop for our race leader, Hocevar.
Yeah, Hocevar came in, and it was a 4-tire change for him, slight air pressure adjustment. It was a 9.4-second stop. Todd Gilliland in now. He should be the last of the team on my section of pit road. Left side tires going on for him, and he pulls out also an air pressure adjustment for him.
I appreciate that. NBA Rookie of the Year, #1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg joins us here in the PRN booth. I understand your parents, though, have been to some races before, maybe up in New Hampshire.
Yeah, they've been to a bunch of races. They went to Loudon a bunch, when I was younger, and used to go and camp out and get the whole experience. So they've been to a ton of races.
So are we going to see you back here again next year?
Hopefully. This has been a great experience. I'll definitely look to come next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, as someone who calls Texas Motor Speedway home as well, thank you for what you do with the Dallas Mavericks. It's great to be able to cheer on a hometown team and have a Rookie of the Year like yourself, Cooper.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. There he is, Cooper Flagg, NBA Rookie of the Year, joining us here in the booth at Texas Motor Speedway. Nick Yeoman, a little beside himself, is a massive basketball fan.
I mean, that young man's pretty talented. Brad, just 19 years old, too, getting a chance to drive the pace car and had a phenomenal year at Duke, earned that #1 overall pick, and then certainly has been the new pride and joy of the Dallas Mavericks. They rebuild for the future. That's a guy that they are investing a lot into.
That is awesome. We have now completed 43 laps in stage #1, 37 to go. Chase Briscoe has resumed the lead. Denny Hamlin is running second. Christopher Bell is third. Kyle Busch runs fourth. Chris Buescher runs fifth. Sixth is Carson Hocevar. Chase Elliott seventh. Ty Gibbs is eighth. Ninth is Alex Bowman, and Tyler Reddick up in the top 10 as well here in Texas with a lot of action happening here on this track, Nick Yeoman.
Yeah, off of turn #4, Chase Briscoe has the race lead. He's trying to put Austin Dillon a lap down, but there is a battle for that top spot. Denny Hamlin is in the mix. So is Christopher Bell, Andrew, and they're all in turn 1.
Chase Briscoe certainly having a hard time getting around Austin Dillon, and that has opened up the battle for the lead for Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell that chomped at the bit for the race lead.
Here's Briscoe midway down the backstretch, right underneath Big Hoss Television. They work into the corner. Austin Dillon trying to stay out on that lead lap, but Christopher Bell's going right to the bumper of Briscoe.
It's 3 Joe Gibbs Racing teammates fighting for the lead here in stage #1 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Bell now on the move, right on the back bumper of Briscoe.
Denny Hamlin could not make the move to the lead, and now that will allow Christopher Bell to go on the inside of Chase Briscoe. They're side by side for the lead, and Texas down that straightaway.
Yep, move that Oklahoma boy up a spot to the lead. At least headed into turn number 3. Briscoe rides right on his bumper. Denny Hamlin right in the mix. But here's C. Bell.
Impressive stuff from the Oklahoma Sooner. Off of turn number 4, new race leader. It is Christopher Bell here at Texas Motor Speedway.
This is Kyle Petty for Echo Park Automotive, and I'm here to tell you why you should shop Echo Park before you buy a car, truck, or SUV. Over half of inventory at Echo Park is priced below $25,000, and car for car, truck for truck. Echo Park Automotive's pricing is $3,000 less than the competition. Maybe that's why Echo Park has over 100,000 five-star reviews. Echo Park Automotive is built to make sure you drive away happy. It's even in their name, Echo Park Automotive. Every car, happy owner. The official used car retailer of Speedway Motorsports.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Oh no, I dropped my lip balm in the water. I can't think of anything worse than the looming threat of potentially having chapped lips. It was ginger vanilla too, my favorite flavor.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
From Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Here's Bubba Wallace on the importance of sponsorships.
This sport was built on relationships and partnerships and sponsorships, and none of this is possible without our sponsors and being able to represent Fortune 500 companies and just all around great people. I've had a fair share of sponsors be a part of my career, and forever in debt, forever grateful for the opportunities to represent those brands.
NASCAR Network Radio drives business.
Green flag, the Coca-Cola 600's underway.
This is a crown jewel race. It's a 600-mile salute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
It's what we love because of the sacrifices that were made by our military heroes.
If you win this one, you'll carry it with you forever. It's NASCAR's toughest test of man and machine. It's the Coca-Cola 600 on Memorial Day weekend.
You're listening to the Performance Racing Network's live coverage of the NASCAR Cup Series.
Welcome back to the Wurth 400 here at Texas Motor Speedway. 29 laps to go here in stage number 1. Christopher Bell now leading the way. He has just led his 6th lap of this race. Teammates Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin run 2nd and 3rd. Kyle Busch with Andy Street as his crew chief now starting this week. He is 4th. Chris Buescher is 5th. The rest of the top 10, Carson Hocevar, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, and Tyler Reddick. And we are happy, now let me say thrilled, to be joined in the booth by one of my favorite people, the president and general manager of New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where the Cup Series will go on August 23rd. David McGrath. Welcome, David.
Well, thank you, Brad. It's great to be on with you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, what brings you and your accent down south?
Yes. Well, first of all, get out of that cool New England weather. Always feels good. But we had a big announcement today, and the entitlement partner of our new entitlement partner is Dollar Tree and the Dollar Tree 301. So the August 23rd races all signed up, and we're so excited about this new partnership. And they're a great group of people, and we cannot wait to roll up our sleeves and really put on a great show for fans all over the Northeast.
All right, I'm going to ask the silly question. Why is it the 301?
Well, it's a great question because we go the extra mile for you, and that's how we try to look at our fans when they come in. We try to do everything we can to make sure you have a great time while you're at the Magic Mile, and we try to put as much into that weekend as we possibly can, all the racing and all the energy in the fan zone. And so, yes, that's the impetus behind it. It is we go the extra mile.
We love coming to New Hampshire, and I've always said some of the most amazing race fans are up there in New England, David. It's a lot of fun to see all of the action that you guys have. And look, I know you're getting ready for the Dollar Tree 301 race weekend. We're going to be up there with the Performance Racing Network. You got a lot of other things happening before then as we celebrate 250 years of the United States. Laconia Bike Week is one of the biggest things that happens in our country when it comes to the two-wheeled variety.
Yeah, it's the oldest rally in the country, and we're really proud to host a lot of great rides and a lot of great vendors coming to the Speedway. we'll have close to 100,000 motorcycles, Brad, over the course of that week come in and out of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Harley Davidson will be there. Indian will be there doing demo rides. Have over 50 vendors. It's a big event, and it's so good to showcase the Granite State to riders all over the Northeast and the country.
Of course, we got a lot of listeners up in the Northeast. They want to get more information on how to get tickets, and certainly if they want to camp and enjoy the weekend, what can they do?
Absolutely. Go to nhms.com. All the information is there, and we update that every day. That thing is updated, that website. So that's the most up-to-date current information, and all the fans, all the info they need is right there.
All right, David McGrath, we look forward to coming there the weekend of August 23rd for a nice Truck Series, Cup Series, doubleheader weekend with the Dollar Tree 301. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Great to be on with you guys.
All right, there he is, Dave McGrath, the president, general manager of New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and one of my great motorcycle riding buddies. So we'll go up there and hop on two wheels.
Looking forward to that weekend. Brad just had a change for the second position. Denny Hamlin just made his pass around Chase Briscoe. So it is still JGR 1, 2, 3. It's Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Briscoe. Let's get an update from our Napa Auto Parts pit reporter, Alan Cavana.
Well, twice now we've seen Chase Briscoe get the lead, but not be able to hold it. In turns 1 and 2, they're really giving him fits right now. 3 and 4, it seems says he's one of the best cars, but in turns 1 and 2, they're feeding him some data, some research. They're telling him, look, you got to be on the gas longer. You can't tap the brake. You can't be off the gas as long as you are right now. And I can see it on the big screen where he goes into 1 and 2, that's where he loses ground. That's where Denny Hamlin just passed him a few laps ago. So a little work to do for Briscoe in the 19 car, Brett.
Terrific feeling. Daniel Suarez, since the pit stop, has been complaining about a vibration. They believe it may be a loose wheel. Hasn't gotten much worse, so they're leaving him out there, hoping to make it to the end of this stage.
Thank you very much, Brett. Thank you, Alan. And for Suarez, he started on the outside pole. He actually started dropping back quickly after about 10 laps or so. Right now, Suarez is running 20th with 20 laps to go here in stage number 1. So whatever is ailing that car, they're going to need maybe a little extra time on pit road to check out.
Yeah, it happened in a hurry. I mean, we were so focused on the front of the field that I looked down at typing and scoring and saw that he had dropped all the way outside of the top 20, and it happened very, very quickly. So it's been a disappointing start to the day for Daniel Suarez, who certainly had high hopes starting on the front row for Spire Motorsports. His teammate Carson Hocevar, he has backslid a bit as well, although still stays in the top 10 right now. Carson Hocevar right now running 7th, a good 5 seconds behind race leader Christopher Bell. But as fast as those Spire cars were in 1 lap pace, Brad, unfortunately, they have not been able to match it here over this very long 61-lap green flag run here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Let's give you a rundown as we have 19 to go here in stage number 1. We have not had a stoppage in this race just yet. Christopher Bell is leading this race over teammates Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe. Kyle Busch runs 4th, Chris Buescher 5th. 6th is Ty Gibbs, 7th Carson Hocevar. Chase Elliott runs 8th, Tyler Reddick runs 9th, and Alex Bowman is in the top 10.
11th right now is William Byron. Kyle Larson is 12th. Ryan Blaney has been on the charge, plus 18 on the day. He runs in the 13th position. Ryan Freese is 14th. Right now, Eric Jones is 17th. Joey Logano is 18th. 19th is Corey Heim, and 20th is Daniel Suarez.
21st is Bubba Wallace. He started at the back in a backup car. Josh Berry, is 22nd. 23rd, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ross Chastain has dropped to 24th. 25th, Zane Smith. A.J. Allmendinger, 26th. 27th, Michael McDowell. John Hunter Nemechek is 28th. Todd Gilliland, 29th. Last car on the lead lap, Brad Keselowski in 30th.
That means first car 1 lap down is Shane Van Gisbergen in 31st. 32nd is Noah Gragson. 33rd is Austin Dillon. 34th is his brother Ty Dillon. 35th is Cole Custer. 36th is Riley Herbst. Cody Ware is 37th. He is now 2 laps down. Chad Fincham 11, making 12 laps down in 38th.
Chris Buescher just got around Kyle Busch, moved Buescher up to the 4th spot now, and that leaderboard update brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-603-6298. 800-603-6298. 800-603-6298. That's 800-603-6298.
Lap traffic has given us a battle for the lead. Denny Hamlin draws to the inside of teammate Christopher Bell. Bell with the advantage at the stripe as they head to one.
They're nose to nose as they head into turn number one. Give the slight advantage to Denny Hamlin. Christopher Bell was really struggling to get around the lap cars, but moved Denny Hamlin to the race lead at Texas.
Hamlin now is going to have to go to work on some cars that are not going to want to go a lap down. Brad Keselowski is right in front of him. That's going to allow C. Bell to get back to his outside. Here comes Bell off the corner.
Trouble in turn number 4. Todd Gilliland gets sideways. He tags the left rear, right rear quarter panel of Christopher Bell. Bell goes sliding through the grass, right side door, straight into the safer barrier. Heavy damage for the number 20 of Christopher Bell.
Got caught off of turn number 4, had nowhere to go. Todd Gilliland's Ford broke loose off of the corner. Christopher Bell darted to the left, tried to avoid him, just got hooked in that right rear, and then Brad was a passenger. That was a pretty flush shot against the safer barrier here on the front straightaway. Our leader has had problems here on lap number 68.
All right, so that is 12 to go now. Our first caution, 12 to go in stage number 1. We owe our local stations a break. From Texas Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hey, it's Charlie and Debbie, along with NASCAR legend Kyle Petty, inviting you to join us for Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown.
Each week, we'll put it in reverse and take a trip down memory lane, looking back at that week's top 20 country songs from years past.
We'll dive into what made those songs and artists move the needle, what pop culture trends made those years unique.
And you'll get to hear me tell stories only I can tell.
So don't miss Kyle Petty's Back Then Again Country Countdown right here each week.
Hi, this is PRN's Andrew Curlin. Weekends are the time to get stuff done. And when you're on the go, make sure you take advantage of the PRN mobile app. You can catch myself from the pits or the turns covering the action alongside our incredibly talented PRN crew. So you can listen to us from anywhere, at home, on the road, or even at the racetrack. Get the latest racing information at your fingertips by downloading the PRN mobile app today. Available in the Apple App Store or on Google Play.
Catch the action of NASCAR All-Star Weekend, May 15th through 17th at the Monster Mile. Go to DoverMotorspeedway.com.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway as we have 11 laps to go in stage 1 of the Wurth 400. We're under caution for the first time here today. Todd Gilliland, you hear about the bumps in turn 4 that are high in Texas Motor Speedway. Todd Gilliland was high going into turn number 4. The back end of that car just swung out. His car is fine. Unfortunately, when it tagged the right rear quarter panel of Christopher Bell, it was just such a small touch, but exactly what it needed to send Christopher Bell to the outside retaining wall.
Just saw a replay of the in-car shot. Christopher Bell never stopped driving that car. He thought he could save it. Again, pulled hard to the left, almost down below the apron, trying to avoid that bright yellow spinning car. And it wasn't a lot of contact with Gilliland, but it was just enough to shoot Bell back across the racetrack. He went sliding through the grass. Almost thought he saved it, hit it flush, but Brad, there is a ton of right side damage. Christopher Bell's taking that car behind the wall. Meanwhile, pit road is open and a flurry of action headed your way, Alan Cavana.
Yeah, the 19 team Chase Briscoe, they didn't know what they were going to do, and he said, I think we can win the race. Do what's best for that strategy. So they're pitting. They're going to put 4 tires on it and make an adjustment to help him be better in turns 1 and 2 so he can stay on the gas, Heather DeVoe.
And Chase Elliott in saying he's just squirmy when he was on the throttle there. So a little loose for the 9. Also, Kyle Busch said he had nothing left on the right front to use at all. Brett McMillan.
Carson Hocevar's come in. He got a right side tire change. Also in Tyler Reddick. He's got 4 fresh tires. He heads back out as well. Daniel Score is in. He got 4 fresh tires. Remember, he had that vibration himself. And Todd Gilliland came on the radio and he said that the car was just so super loose that it just got away from him.
2 tire stops for Carson Hocevar and Ryan Preece. They're the first 2 off of pit lane, followed by those Joe Gibbs Racing teammates of Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe, I should say, off of pit lane. And Brad, few drivers that have stayed out. We'll reset it when we come back. The Wurth 400 here at Texas Motor Speedway.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch.
I'm just gonna pause that real quick. It's a commercial. Appreciate you all hanging out though on the stream. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, make sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Looks like pit stops are happening right now.
800-277-1650. 800-277-1650. 800-277-1650. That's 800-277-1650.
We're going to have a sprint to the end of stage number 1 when we come back to Fort Worth, Texas. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hi, this is Doug Rice at PRN. Join me for another great episode of Fast Talk.
There must be hundreds of thousands of individual parts in that car that are put together by hundreds of guys all over the world. They come together in a hub, they come together in a spindle, they come together in a bearing. You have to include thousands of people in this conspiracy. And then when it's over with, you have to go around and get rid of all those thousands of people.
So that's Fast Talk right here on PRN.
Shane Van Gisbergen for the final time up here in turn number 2. He brought a gun to a knife fight today. Then we got Noah Gregson around right in the middle of the pack, and he got hammered by Ryan Preece. Brad Keselowski's off into the dirt as well.
The Toyota Save Part 350 at Sonoma, Sunday, June 28th. Tickets at SonomaRaceway.com.
NASCAR heads to Music City for the Cracker Barrel 400 Triple Header Weekend, May 29th through the 31st. Go to NashvilleSuperspeedway.com.
Back here at Texas Motor Speedway, we have 8 laps to go in stage number 1. Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ross Chastain, A.J. Allmendinger, John Hunter Nemechek all stayed out. They're going for the stage points as we go back to pit road and Napa Auto Parts pit reporter Alan Cavana.
Well, Ryan Blaney started 31st and nearly drove his way into the top 10, and then the pit stop just happened. We've heard a lot about Ryan Blaney's pit crew and some of the issues they've been having. This time, though, it's Ryan Blaney himself taking the blame. As he exited his pit stall, he couldn't get through the gears. He got stuck in gear, and you could just see it kind of sputtering along. Came on the radio, really mad at himself, and apologized. Looks like he's about to line up back in 28th, losing all that ground he made up on the track. Just another bad stuff in the pit stop for him.
It's just amazing at this point, Brad. Just consistently, week in, week out, something goes wrong for Ryan Blaney down on pit lane, and he's got a fast race car. He charged all the way up into the top 15, and certainly looks like he has a car capable of winning, but if every time you come to pit lane something goes wrong, it is going to doom those chances. So Blaney right now being shown in 27th as we'll get set to restart here.
Christopher Bell is out of his race car and headed to the infield care center after the incident where Todd Gilliland went spinning and just barely tagged the right rear quarter panel of Bell, sending him into the outside safer barrier. His day is going to be done early. Let's go back to pit road and Napa pit reporter Brett McMillan.
Yeah, we have Connor Zillage just made an extra stop during this round of pit stops because he has a loose left front wheel. So he tightened that up and went back out, but he's going to be at the back of the field on the restart.
Man, that's tough. He's been running well here today.
Yeah, he really has. And just saw Christopher Bell got graded by the coach, Joe Gibbs, obviously needing some words of encouragement. Christopher Bell looking very dejected. Again, wrecked out while leading here at Texas Motor Speedway. So, Brad, as we get ready to reset, this could be a fascinating 6-lap run to the end of stage number 1 with Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ross Chastain, A.J. Allmendinger, John Hunter Nemechek all staying out on no tires. 2 tire stops for Hocevar and Preece, and then everybody else on 4.
Field has come to the Freeway Insurance Choose as they choose where the restart, brought to you by Freeway Insurance. More ways to choose, more ways to save. Freeway, your way. And this is going to be one heck of a restart. Ross Chastain told us during the pre-race show he started 16th on the outside. He really wanted to start on the inside. The first trip now through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone is going to have Chastain inside of row number 2.
All right, Pat Patterson, they are behind the pace car, and we are going to restart with 6 to go here in stage number 1.
A little sprint racing here to end this stage. Up here on that front row, we'll see Stenhouse and the famed 43 going after it here, Eric Jones. Ross Chastain's there, A.J. Allmendinger. Hey, everybody got up on their feet. We're ready to see how they're going to finish. Here we go.
Headed through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. Every car happy owner at Echo Park Automotive. On the inside, Eric Jones with a jump on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the outside. Stenhouse Jr., though, getting a big push from A.J. Allmendinger.
That is a huge push indeed. They're side by side for the lead. Jones and Stenhouse. Oh my goodness gracious. It's John Hunter Nemechek dropping like a ton of bricks in the field. It's chaos behind the leaders.
Well, 4 and 5 wide. Everybody trying to sort it out underneath the big host TV. Up front, though, Jones and Stenhouse locked together for the lead.
Big wiggle for Ross Chastain. He gathers it in. Meanwhile, it's Eric Jones leading the field off of turn 4 as drivers are scattering left and right. They all keep it on the racetrack. Eric Jones back into turn 1.
Carson Hocevar on 2 tires. Looks to the inside of A.J. Allmendinger. Wow, and Ty Gibbs had a big moment. He had to check up. Hocevar gets around Allmendinger for third, though.
Eric Jones is gone up front there. Stenhouse is now under attack by Hocevar. Hocevar is going to go to the bottom of the racetrack, try to take that spot away, and he'll do it.
4 to go in stage number 2. Eric Jones with a half-second lead now over Carson Hocevar. Eric Jones stayed out. Hocevar, fresh right side tires.
Here comes Chase Briscoe also further back in the field on 4 fresh Goodyears. He's working on the inside of Kyle Busch. In front of them, Ross Chastain working on A.J. Allmendinger for the 4th position.
Meanwhile, up front, Jones with a long lead over that second-place car of Hocevar. Long way back now to Stenhouse. A.J. Allmendinger holding his own down at the bottom. Ty Gibbs on the move.
It has not been easy for these drivers on fresh tires to roar through the field. In fact, Denny Hamlin is being put 3 wide with Ryan Preece to his outside, Austin Cindric to his inside. That's a hornet's nest, Andrew, in 1.
It certainly is chaos. Austin Cindric trying to take advantage of Denny Hamlin in front of them. Chase Briscoe, Ty Gibbs are side by side. They're both trying to pass Chastain.
Briscoe and Gibbs locked together there. They work their way into turn number 3. A.J. Allmendinger gets a bump by Ross Chastain. Here comes Briscoe. That opens up the door for Busch to move through there as well.
Huge block by A.J. Allmendinger. Ross Chastain was a victim of that. That allowed Ty Gibbs to get around, Chase Briscoe to get around, and now a battle with Kyle Busch.
That cost Chastain big time. Busch is trying to take advantage. He's on the inside of Ross Chastain. He will clear him easily for position. So we're Kyle Busch late in this race, another position up.
Question is, can Hocevar run down the leader here in 3 and 4 with only a lap or so to go? Here they go, all 4.
Just some insane racing as Kyle Busch almost spun through the trioval, but as Pat pointed out, we may have a battle for the stage win. 1 to go. Eric Jones trying to hang on as Hocevar charges.
Eric Jones has about a 10-car length, semi-healthy lead over Carson Hocevar. One final time for Eric Jones down the back straightaway in this stage.
Let's see if Hocevar can catch the leader. Underneath the TV they go. I think Jones is too far out here. Here's Eric Jones, bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4, looking for the green and white checkered flag.
And that green and white checkered flag is in the air. Eric Jones will win stage number 1 at Texas Motor Speedway. Second is Carson Hocevar. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. comes home 3rd with Ty Gibbs 4th. Chase Briscoe finished 5th. Kyle Busch just jumped up a spot, getting around A.J. Allmendinger for 6th. Chase Elliott finishes 8th in stage 1. 9th is William Byron. And Denny Hamlin gets the final stage point. Pit stops are coming up next.
Wherever you are in life, Freeway gives you more ways to choose and more ways to save. You choose the coverage, you choose the price. Because at Freeway, it's all about real people, real choices, and real savings for every driver. No matter where you live, Freeway's here to help. Your way. And remember, you always win with Freeway. Go to freeway.com and start saving today. Freeway, your way.
What makes Toyota Racing Toyota Racing? It's not just how we drive, it's why we drive. Bubba Wallace drives with resilience, building himself back up with a Toyota team that never lets him stay down. Jade Evedissian drives with determination to be faster, sharper every lap, every day. Christopher Bell drives with inspiration because when talent meets the perfect team, you don't just win, you inspire what comes next. Toyota Racing, your race, your story. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, LLC.
The end of stage number 1 brings us into the second stage. Stage 2 is presented by Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. Cheddar serves home-style comfort food like homemade chicken pot pie, slow-smoked baby back ribs, and hand-breaded chicken tenders at prices that won't break the bank. Pit Road is still closed here at the end of stage number 1. When we come back, we expect to see some cars getting service here from Texas Motor Speedway. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
It's time for a PRN pit stop. Today, we're getting to know David Stiles.
Let's crack him up.
David works both on air and behind the scenes for PRN. David, who was your favorite driver growing up?
Terry Labonte. You got to be the number 5 car. Kellogg's machine. If I ever get a Chevy Impala, I'm going to go get it wrapped like Terry Labonte's Chevy.
What's the best advice you have for an aspiring broadcaster?
Call as many races as you can. Get behind the mic as often as you can.
What's the biggest blooper you've had on a broadcast?
Probably plugging a coffee maker into the UPS and shorting everything out is pretty much everything in the booth. Just shut it off.
Fans want to know, David, what's your biggest pet peeve?
People who leave their shopping cart out in the middle of the parking lot. There's a cart corral for a reason. Like, go put it in the cart corral or take it back.
Listen to David every week on Racers Odds and Garage Pass. This has been a PRN Pit Stop.
NASCAR is back at America's Home for Racing, May 22nd through the 24th for the Coca-Cola 600.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway under caution for the second time, this one for the stage break. Alongside Nick Yeoman, I'm Brad Gilley. We have Andrew Curlin, Pat Patterson calling the action in the turns, our Napa pit reporters, Brett McMillan, Heather DeBoe, and Alan Cavana. And Nick, we keep talking about this big crowd and all the people here at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, they just announced that the Wurth 400 for the second year in a row is a sellout here in Fort Worth, Texas. We have people from all 50 states, the District of Columbia, 15 foreign countries as far away as Australia, Japan, South America, all here in North Texas to see some great NASCAR racing.
They come from all over. They even come from about 10 minutes up the road, right? I mean, that's where you're from.
That's exactly right.
But yeah, no, I had a sneaky suspicion looking around this place. It's just a massive crowd. Awesome to see. A lot of folks fired up to see NASCAR racing and the fabulous Texas Motor Speedway. And so far, they've gotten some really good racing. A little drama at the front of the field as a leader's been taken out. It's been a fascinating show so far, and awesome to see so many race fans here at TMS.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming here today. I know everyone's been treated to a great time, and an amazing staff that works very hard here, led by Mark Faber. But really, you talk about some people who just make things happen. Kent Nelson and my buddy Cameron Branch and Chuck Berg, who I mentioned earlier, who's retiring after this race. Let's go to the Infield Care Center and Alan Cavana.
And I'm with Christopher Bell. I know things happen fast in racing. Just tell us about what you saw and what happened out there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the 34 spinning, and, you know, me and Denny were side by side. Denny lifted, and I was spinning, and I'm like, oh, I think I can shoot the bottom. And, yeah, didn't make it.
One of those days.
Yep.
All right, one of those days in racing for Christopher Bell in the lead, and then the caution.
All right, thank you very much, Alan. And he'll head back to his section of pit road as the green light is on at the entrance and the field tucked in behind that pace car, Nick. And we saw a lot of people pit with 9 to go in stage number 1. We'll see if they take another opportunity to do it here again.
Yeah, certainly stage 1 winner Eric Jones is going to pit. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who finished 3rd, will pit as well. But what about those other drivers? Looks like Carson Hocevar is going to stay out along with some of those JGR Toyotas. But here come those drivers that have not pitted, Alan Cavana. They're headed to you.
Yeah, we're looking to see who exactly is going to pit. Eric Jones, the leader, he didn't pit before, so he came down after that stage win. Ryan Blaney, who lost all that track position, is in again. He doesn't want to make the car tighter, but he says he's going to have to because he has to get through all of that traffic once again, Heather DeBoe.
And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is in from that 3rd position, telling the team he's just a little loose on that top side. Also in was Ross Chastain tight into 3, and he thinks he may have some damage where the right front headlight is on that vehicle. Brett McMillan.
Daniel Suarez came in, got a 2-tire change, but as he was exiting, darn near hit Todd Gilliland, had to hit the brakes as Gilliland was coming in for the 3rd time since this caution came out at the end of the stage. as he, of course, is making some repairs to his car after that spin.
Thank you very much, Brett and Heather. Nice hustle, Alan Cavana. Several cars stayed out. Of course, Ross Chastain, if he has a little bit of damage, that might have been from that block from A.J. Allmendinger. We'll come back. We'll get ready to go through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone for the second time here as we get into stage number 2 at Texas Motor Speedway.
Vehicle safety starts underneath. That's why the pros choose Napa for undercar solutions that stop safety issues before they become costly problems. Go further with complete repairs that restore stopping, steering, and stability. Then grow your business through trust and repeat visits. With premium rotors, pads, struts, and wheel hub assemblies, Napa has everything you need to keep undercar under control. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how! Coca-Cola. For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers.